but could just be me that's confused. Hi, everyone. Can anyone see us? If you can see us, say hello.
Yes, say hi.
Hey, Ryan. Hi, glad to be back at book club. This one was fun. Very cool. Lisa. It's the other Lisa.
Hello, lovely Lisa.
Hey, if you guys can see us on YouTube, let us know. I think it's working. Oh, yeah, it says live. We're live. All right. Awesome. Who else is here? I see comments on YouTube. It does take a minute for the comments to come through on StreamYard.
Yes.
But there we go. Lisa Marshall. Hey, Lisa. Oh,
we got all the Lisas. I love it.
Nice.
You guys will see Cleo. She's like moving around in the background. She's rubbing herself on my fake flowers. No, thank you, Cleo. Thank you.
Yes, I can see you both. Thanks, Ryan.
Nice.
And Ellen. Hi, Ellen. And Kaylee. Hey, Kaylee.
How are you all doing? Hello, Cleo. Yeah.
By the way, I found these new ginger ales that I really like.
Ooh.
Or maybe I just say that I like them because they're so expensive to justify the extra cost.
You're like, yes, I love them.
Yeah, and they're in these tiny little bottles. So in theory, you won't be over consuming sugar or calories.
They look very posh.
Yeah, thanks.
Instagram worthy.
Yeah. Hi, Cleo. Hi, girls. Angelica. Good evening, ladies.
Hi.
And great. I'm at work. Nice.
Look at you go.
Sneaking in. Did I show Stacy? I think I showed Stacy. All right. Okay, guys, so we're back. I wasn't sure if anyone remembered. I sent an email. I forgot to post something in Facebook just to remind everyone, but it's been like 2-3 months, right?
2 months. 2 months. I don't think we did June and we didn't do July. Or no, so we didn't do July and August.
Right.
Yeah. So July and August, you guys, if you are new here, I had my newborn Alexander on July at the end of July. And so we took off that whole month so that I could sort of prepare for all of that. And then, sorry, she just really likes these flowers. And then August, because of course he was a newborn. He's still a newborn. He's 9 weeks old on Friday. So yeah, we took that time off so that I could heal and be with the baby.
Lisa, I almost forgot my wife birthday is today.
Uh-oh.
And Angelica, congrats.
Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that.
So I don't know if anyone noticed because I forgot to send out an email. Courtney posted the 2 book choices inside the Facebook group. So we'll announce that at the end who won. Yes. The theme for next month is historical cozies.
Yes.
And it looks like this month is historical cozies, but it's not. It's just a lead detective. It just happened to be historical.
Yeah. So it's like sort of 2 in the same months in a row, but like accidental in a way. So this month's book was Murder on Lot B, a Starfire cozy mystery by London Lovett. And it was based during Prohibition, so sort of the 1930s in California. And our main character is Poppy Starfire, and she has taken over her uncle's, her family's detective agency, the Starfire Detective Agency, which is sort of kind of rare. They talk about in the book about how she's a female PI and how rare that is, especially, women hadn't had the right to vote for very long at that time, and they were still very much meant to stay at home and all of that. And she's living on her own, though it doesn't seem like she's really living on her own because she still has other people kind of taking care of her. So she is trying to put her name out. Her brother is working at the Starfire agency as well. His name is Jasper, and he's a younger kind of kid. and she gets a woman, Anna Colt. Her brother is a stunt guy in Hollywood, and he dies suspiciously. That she thinks that he dies suspiciously, and wants to know how it happened, so that it's not considered suicide or something along those lines. So Poppy decides to go and try and figure it out. They go down a lot of different avenues. They think that maybe he was into bootlegging, and that there was something along the lines of maybe he got caught up with the wrong people. She interviews a lot of people in Hollywood. He has this sort of like apprentice named Artie, who seems really, really broken up about his his mentor being killed, and seems like he's, really trying to help with the investigation, and told them about the bootlegging and different things along those lines. And so Poppy goes into speakeasies, and she goes through all of these events, finally realizes that it has nothing to do with the speakeasies, or the bootlegging, because even though he wasn't the best when it came to that, the person who ended up killing him was Artie, his apprentice. He got mad and got jealous over the fact that he wasn't recommended to be a stunt man in Hollywood. He had a limp, and he was handicapped, and so he, in a fit of anger, killed Roger. Is that about the gist? Like, I think that was pretty good.
I think the other thing too is like he was killed. There was a stunt on a balcony, and there were X's marked where there was a soft, comfy mattress, but instead the X's were moved, and there was just cement. And so, like, when I read that, I was like, "Ow!"
Yeah, like that just that hurts.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think? Like, what out of 5 stars would you guys give this cozy mystery for the Starfire mystery series? I know that there's 2 books out in the series, and she's working on the 3rd book, I believe. So yeah, she's getting that done. I know that the first time I read it, I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, she really wants attention. The second time I read it, I would give it about 3.5 stars. But I know that, I saw some people give it 2 stars when I was going and reading the Goodreads. So let me know what you think.
So Stacy has 4 stars. Ryan has 4. Kaylee has 4.5. What does TJ mean?
I don't know. I think that might have been a typo.
Okay. Lisa, 4 stars. Lisa, I have to be honest, I'm not a fan of historical fiction at all. Yeah, me either. The 0.5 is because it was based in LA. Oh, you like LA, or are you in LA, Kaylee? I actually gave it, I would say a 3, solid 3. But I think that's only because Courtney and I were talking about this. I'm not a London Lovett fan, only because she has so many characters. So like when I read it, these are my notes of all of the characters. So I just want to read and relax. It's almost like sometimes she does the name dropping, which there were because I don't know if you guys remember, the first book we ever read for book club was a London Lovett book.
It was a Port Danby book.
Yeah, and there were 70 characters. It was back when I still was writing the characters. And so this one only had 35. So I think that's vastly more enjoyable for me.
Yes.
The last, yeah.
And I will tell you that she also writes another one called Firefly Junction. And there are it's a lot smaller of a cast. Mm-hmm. Like there's not a lot of name dropping in the Firefly Junction series as there are in Port Danby. But I think that she's getting better with every series that she writes, or as she introduces books, she gets better at not overwhelming the readers as much when it comes to characters or too much description that might be overwhelming.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's like, oh, look, Courtney, you just got here. Your hair looks like Susan's. No, it looks like Emily's. Oh, are you still living with Jennifer? Oh, I think Katie's going to serve us right. And I'm like, oh my God, so many names.
Yes,
And I'm like, who's important? I need to know.
Yes, very, very much so. I love her.
Really like her Port Danny series, but I won't continue this series. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like historical, although, I don't like historical either, but I feel like she totally nailed the 1920s vibe and the talking. And I put in a comment, I was like, I had to look up blotto. I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of like verbiage, and I love her best friend Birdie and like how she is a costume clothing designer, and I can just picture all of the clothes because while I don't normally like historical cozies, I love the 1920s, 1930s style of clothing. Like that's just my jam. And I could really, really picture like the flappy dresses and the cute hats and all of that stuff. I really, really liked that part of it.
Yeah. I think the mystery was really well done too. Like I couldn't figure it out. She went down a bunch of random paths. It seemed like they were really viable clues they were picking up on. So I think that was really well done.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I liked the fact that one of the reasons why I love like these kind of cozies is because of how short and quick and easy they are to read for the most part. This was the perfect book for me to read at the beginning of my maternity leave, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I can't take time to read a 300-page cozy, especially now with a newborn. And I really was like, oh, okay. So the Cozy Mystery Book Club book is only like this many pages and it's a quick read and that's great. And so if you like these kind of books, like this and like Lisa's book, which is a very quick, fun read, you need to like go check out those on Kindle Unlimited and around that as well.
Yeah, you're right. Those short chapters, it almost makes it, I don't know, it's kind of silly. Like you could artificially make the chapter smaller, but because they were so small, like 2 or 3 pages, I was like, whew, I feel so accomplished. Like I've done something because I made it through a chapter.
Exactly. Like whatever it's like, you're on chapter 23. You're like, oh, yes, yes, I am. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. Stacy, I've been reading her other 2 series and really loving them. Do you think this series is somehow connected to her other ones?
I don't know about that. I do know that in the Firefly Junction series and in the Port Danby series, they actually have they're set in the same world in the same timeline, and they actually have a book where they meet. Like Lacey Pinkerton from Port Danby actually goes to Firefly Junction on like a trip with her best friend, and they actually meet, like all the main characters meet and sort of solve a mystery together. I really, really enjoyed that sort of smash up of characters, but I don't know how Poppy would be sort of introduced since it is a historical fiction.
Yeah, that's too bad. It would be cute if like she was like somebody's great grandmother from the Port Danby series or something.
Yeah, no, I think so. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Kaylee, I love Art Deco architecture and design. Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, I love it.
Ryan, I've read number 1 through 3 in Port Danby and number 1 in Firefly Junction and this one. I love London Lovett.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's really, really, really sweet lady.
Awesome. Anything else we want to talk about in the book?
Yeah, I'm glad that like, what did you guys think about like Sam? Like she had like 3 guys going. So she had like Samuel, the douchebag rich guy. Then she had then she had Wyatt, the haughty like cinema guy. But then there was also
Kellen Holder.
Yes, who works at the automobile.
Who's the car mechanic?
Yeah. Yes, the car mechanic. So she not only has a love triangle, she has like a love square going on, technically, which is, I mean, kind of risque for the 1920s, 1930s kind of lifestyle.
I thought they were like very, like the flappers, right? Weren't they all just flipping. I don't know, like
Yes.
just
I love it.
dating machines back then.
See, I don't know if they like, maybe they did, maybe they called it like courting. Cause like she wasn't like doing everyone. She was going on dates and being courted, but still.
It was like, I thought it was like 1920s where it's still like the roaring 20s and everything's great. The black stock market hasn't crashed yet and everyone's super happy and like partying all the time.
Yes, you are right.
So I think it was part of that, like, I think I'm a bad history major, but I think
because it was 1923 is the year that this book is set in.
Lisa, I liked Kellen. He seems sincere and real.
He's my favorite. I've read all of the series that's out so far, and I really appreciate and really like Kellen.
Samuel was just doomed from the beginning. He was set up to be a jerk. So in fact, I think she had her brother dump him at the end.
Yeah, and he was just very much like, I can buy you. I can like, here are these roses, here's this, but it wasn't like, sweet, here are these flowers, I thought of you. It was like, here are these flowers, now thank me. Like,
right.
And it's like, no, that's not how that goes, man.
Ryan, I've never seen that in a cozy mystery. Even the one I wrote has just one love interest.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes I feel like the love triangle sometimes is classic. Like,
yes,
little opposite guys that you need for your investigation.
Of course. Yes, I talked to Melissa Bourbon, one of the cozy mystery authors, and Diane Kelly, and we were talking about love triangles and like, is it needed or like, is it a necessity? And I was like, it kind of is in cozy mysteries a lot. I said, the only thing that bothers me with love triangles is if they go on too long and the protagonist hasn't picked someone by like book 3 or 4.
Right. As the main.
It's just forever.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's too long.
You just want everyone to get settled down.
Yeah. Yes. Well, there's this like one series where the person, it's like by book 17, they still haven't chosen between one of the two. And you're just like, I finally just had to Google who he finally picks, because I was like, I'm not reading 17 books to like have this back and forth. And then she doesn't even pick one of the two. She picks this random person that like you're not even emotionally invested in.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
That's a bummer.
And you're just like, well, I'm not reading that.
Right.
But yeah, how's everybody's?
Could you try again?
Oh, my watch Siri decided to talk.
Oh.
Yes.
That way you're never alone.
No, never. So do you guys have anything else that you wanted to talk about? This is sort of a shorter cozy, and so there's not like one of the things that is good and sometimes bad. It's sort of like a double-edged sword is with the shorter cozies. There's maybe not as much to talk about because there wasn't as many red herrings or as many in-depth, in detail things to sort of pick apart or really, really dive into. So what are you guys thinking about it? And while you guys are doing that, I can pull up the 2 choices that we had for October.
What's the weather like where everyone's at too? It's 98 degrees here in San Diego.
Really?
Yeah, I really want fall weather, and
it's been,
I want to wear a coat.
It's been really, really nice here. Like good weather here. It's been like, let me see, like tomorrow's 72, Friday's 70. It even drops into the 60s on Sunday. Like,
that's nice.
Which is super weird for Oklahoma because normally we're sort of like burning up over here and we don't even really get a fall kind of thing.
Yeah, our electric bill was $580 last month. So I'm just waiting for it to get cooler so we can turn it down.
I bet.
Lisa, it's in the 70s here. Yeah, 70s are perfectly acceptable. I would take 70s. I'm just waiting.
Oh, Stacy says, Lisa, I really enjoyed your book and the cover was adorable.
Awesome. Thanks, Stacy. Missed that comment.
Yes, I can't wait for the next installments of your series.
Yeah, you've read the short story, so that comes out next month. Yep. Lisa, we are getting 60s this weekend, and we had 60s last weekend. So jealous.
So nice.
Oops. Ellen, it's cooling down in Florida in the 80s. It is Florida.
Yep.
Lauren, in North Carolina, it's in the mid to low 70s. Yeah, that's nice. All way better than 98.
Yes. Yes. All right. So for October, we had the two picks, A Study in Murder and then Murder at High Tide. And A Study in Murder is based in the Victorian era. And it looks like the Murder at High Tide was sort of like 50s. Is that correct? Like 50s kind of style? Yeah. Yeah. I love her dress. Like, it's adorable.
Yeah.
We only put the poll on our Facebook group. I'm no longer doing it on Twitter or on Instagram or anything like that. So if you ever want to vote, make sure that you go to the Facebook group to vote. But A Study in Murder won 32-7. So the book for next month is A Study in Murder by...
It's in the 1920s again, right?
No, it's Victorian era. It's 1890 in Bath, England. So I can read the synopsis really quick. So it says, Bath, England, 1890. Mystery author Lady Amy Lovett receives an anonymous letter containing shocking news. Her fiancé, Mr. Ronald St. Vincent, has been dabbling in something illegal, which causes her to promptly break their engagement. 2 evenings later, as Lady Lovett awaits a visit from Lord William Wethington, fellow member of the Bath Mystery Book Club, her former fiancé makes an unexpected and most unwelcome appearance at her house. She promptly sends him to the library to cool his heels, but later discovers the room seemingly empty, until she stumbles upon a dead Mr. St. Vincent with a knife in his chest. Lord Wethington arrives to find Lady Amy screaming and sends for the police, but the bobbies immediately assume she is the killer. Desperate to clear her name, Lady Amy and Lord Wethington launch their own investigation and stir up a hornet's nest of suspects, from the gardener who served time in prison for murder to a vengeful woman who was spurned by St. Vincent before he proposed to Lady Amy. Can they close the book on this case before the real killer gets away with murder?
Victorian England.
Yeah.
I know Lisa Ashby is like, I'm just going to wait until November.
November. But I'm excited. Maybe it'll make me really, really like historical fiction. And I love the fact that even though I'm not like the biggest historical fiction person, book clubs are all about sort of like pushing yourself to read something a little bit different. We are mysteries and we are cozies, but traditional hard-boiled detective, historical, we're going to hit some things that some people love and then other things that they don't love. So I think that it'll be good.
Yep. It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, getting back into the practice.
Yes.
Book club.
And I hear Alex, he's crying. He might need some mom cuddles, and I think it might be bath time soon, because he needs to have a bath, the little guy. But yeah. So we'll see you guys on the last Wednesday of next month, which falls on, let me see.
I have no idea.
It is October 28th. So Wednesday, October 28th, and it'll be on my channel. And we will we'll go from there. Hopefully everybody enjoys it. Make sure that you're safe and having a good life and loving all your people.
Yep. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Bye guys. Bye.